Hey there, folks. Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on when you're watching this. Good evening. And let's talk and do the captain's meeting for the second trail stop in the Legion of Angler series and the Gunpowder River. This is our Westside tournament. So, as you've been briefed on by now, we're launching at a Mariner Point Park, but let's get into the specifics. So I'm going to end up overlaying some video here to talk you through the actual design of this park, where to launch, where to park, where not to park, where we're going to do check-in and all of that. So let's go ahead and jump into that now. All right, so when you first pull up to the park on Kearney Drive here, first thing you're probably going to see is the old fisherman right here in the yellow jacket. But off to the right, you're also going to see the sign for Mariner Point Park. As you proceed in, you're going to pass a large building on the left that has a lot of bathrooms, facility, stuff like that. Parking's on the left. We'll get into that later. Let's look right now. What I'm showing you here is the actual boat ramp. That's the direction of traffic at the boat ramp. But there's one point here I have to make about the use of this ramp. This is primarily a ramp for the use by boats. If you have a trailer, you're probably good to go. If you don't, you really need to use the soft launch. But whichever launch you use out here, please be courteous. Do not block it. Do not leave your things in the way such that it prevents other people from using it, either because of them trying to maneuver their actual vehicle and trailer or trying to use the launch itself. Now, where we're probably set up for check-in is that little blue gazebo that I just showed you over there on the right, to the right of the actual ramp. Keep an eye out for us there, but we'll make sure that we're flagging everybody down so you know right where we are. I told you before I would touch on parking over here. These two central lanes right here, these are trailer-only parking. Do not use them if you don't have a trailer. But on the left and on the right side of that trailer parking, there is some limited vehicle parking, non-trailer parking in this first lot up front. But they will and have in the past ticketed people for using parking for trailers if you don't have a trailer. Look out, this is fair warning. You proceed farther down, that's when you're going to see the area in the parking lot where the soft launch exists. Now, of crucial note, this is not where the parking is if you don't have a trailer, even if you're using the soft launch. But you come in around here to the right, you see a little clearing right there, that's going to be your soft launch area. But if you need to park and you don't have a trailer, that parking for vehicles without trailers is down here. And the good news is there's plenty of it. Bad news is you got to walk back to where you actually dropped off your kayak. All right. So that's the kind of brief on parking for this area. So here's the view from a little bit different angle because it might help people understand it a little bit better. You can see the initial entry route on Kearney Drive, the turn into the boat ramp itself that I already showed you, the gazebo we're probably set up for registration, the parking to the right. In the central lanes you have trailer, on the sides you have non-trailer. There's your soft launch as you come down the road here. And then we finally begin to hit this parking that can be used by anyone. And then farther down on this loop, you have a massive area for non-trailer parking. That being said, make sure you pay close attention to the road signs. Do not park in areas that are trailer only. They have ticketed people in the past, and we don't want it to happen to you. The last note I'll make here is in regards to where we're going to be for the award ceremony. We plan to be under the main gazebo down at the end of the parking area, that final area where I showed you it has all of the parking for non-trailer vehicles and the playground. That's where we plan to be, but it could be kind of crowded. We'll make sure we make an announcement through the Fishing Chaos app if we're not going to be in that location. Bottom line is, we'll find you and get word to you for that award ceremony. Just keep an ear out, keep an eye out. We'll figure it out. Other points I want to cover in this video. Make sure you're wearing your PFD at all times. Check-in will begin at 4:30 a.m. Earliest launch is directly after you've been checked in. Lines wet is at 5:30 a.m. And the sunrise, according to the internet, is going to be around 5:48 a.m. Lines out will be 2:30 p.m. And we have the award ceremony at 3:30. And on that note, we've had a lot of questions about what is eligible water. We're sticking to single point, single launch, but if you can reach water and it's public and you didn't have to do a portage to get to it and you can be back to the ramp at 3:30 p.m. for the award ceremony, then it's eligible. So if it's public, you didn't have to portage to get to it, and you're back in time for the 3:30 p.m. award ceremony, you're good. It's eligible water. With the caveat, of course, as in the rules, you're not getting towed by anyone out there or getting mothershipped to some other, crazy location. You have to be moving under your own power. As always, double check your catches. And when I say double check your catch, that means after you take that photo, take a close look at it and make sure it's good to go. Make sure the lip is clearly in contact with the board. Make sure that we can clearly see it as graders. It's not what you can see in person, it's what we can see in the photo. Make sure that lip grippers are not obstructing our view of that lip being up against the fence of the board. If you still have the hook in the fish's mouth, make sure the lure is not preventing contact of the fish's lip with the board. And while we're on the topic of boards, if you haven't seen the posts already, the Catch 40-inch boards are in. Or more accurately, they have begun to arrive. So here they are. They are a thing of beauty. I've had a lot of questions about pickup, delivery, can I buy one, all that stuff. We're gonna have some at this event for pickup. Our priority is gonna be servicing those people who already ordered one. And so whoever was able to come out and pick up a board on Sunday, we'll have them there on hand for you to do that. If we get more in, because we got our first shipment of 50, we might get another 50 today. If we do, then we'll have more on hand for actual sale while we're out there on the tournament grounds. But keep an eye out on our socials. If we get that other delivery in, we will. If we don't, then what we have there on site tomorrow is really gonna be just for pickup for people who already ordered. But let's get back to the tournament. Make sure we can see where the tail extends to on the board clearly, and make sure your identifier card that we're gonna issue you at check-in is in the photo and clearly legible. Make sure all those things are happening. There's other little notes there. You can check out the notes about picture standards, making sure you're not blocking anything we need to be able to see. Making sure if it's a bass, the mouth is closed. All of that is in the rules description here on Fishing Chaos. Give it a close look. If you have any questions, let us know. As per normal, this is a catch and release tournament. We don't want to see fish beat up, hit over the head, anything like that. If we do, that fish will probably be DQ'd. If you end up hooking a fish such that you think it's going to die and you think it would be unsportsman or cruel to release it, give the tournament director a call and we will authorize harvest on a case-by-case basis. But all right, I think that hits our big points out here. As always, I want to say thank you very much to our sponsors. We had an incredible prize package that we were able to give away last time out at the Blackwater Adventures Tournament, the Eastside Tournament earlier this year. So thanks very much to all of our sponsors, which you'll see tagged in this video on Cambo Trout and Legion of Anglers. And we look forward to seeing everyone, dark and early, tomorrow, Mariner Point Park, Gunpowder River. All right, y'all. See you then.